Don't sign it. His voice ripped through the lecture hall like a gunshot. Heads whipped around. Dozens of phones rose instantly. A torn NDA shook in his fist, edges fluttering with each beat of his heart. She, billionaire in silk, leaned forward on the podium, lips parting, eyes glittering like she'd just been handed a stage built for blood. He slammed half the NDA onto the podium so hard the mic screeched. Her nails dug across his wrist as she tried to snatch it back, leaving thin burning lines. On the massive screen above them words blazed in merciless red, 5 minutes to finalize $5 million grant. The timer ticked. The whole room inhaled. You're not even a student here, she spat, her voice slicing through the noise. Gasps erupted. Students twisted in their seats, shouting, recording, arguing. He ripped the paper again, shredding it smaller, and threw the pieces like ashes into the crowd. Ask her, he roared, why this NDA has nothing to do with business. The room detonated. Scraps of NDA were caught like relics. Students waved them at cameras, chanting, mocking, booing. His chest pounded, every breath sharper than the last, sweat dripping into his eyes. She leaned in, her perfume flooding his lungs, lips brushing the mic. You've already touched things you can't afford, she said slowly, voice dripping, daring. Half the hall laughed dirty, the rest screamed about bribes and fraud. He ripped the mic from its stand, wires snapping, sparks spitting across the floor. This NDA isn't about money, he shouted, throat raw, it's about hiding her. Chaos surged. Security stormed down the aisle, black suits cutting through bodies. But even they hesitated, locked by the frenzy, as chants rose, tell us. Tell us. The timer blinked again. 4 minutes. The red numbers glared like a heartbeat counting down. His stomach lurched. His hands shook. He clenched harder, refusing to drop the mic. Her smile widened, wicked, almost playful. She leaned close enough her breath brushed his ear. Some things cost more than $5 million, she whispered, and you're already paying. The audience howled. Some screamed his name, others hers. A chair toppled. Security grabbed shoulders but were shoved back by students hungry for scandal. His legs trembled, yet his grip hardened. He would not run. Not now. Then, silence shattered again. A girl in the front row rose to her feet. Her hand lifted high, catching the lights, a silver flash drive glinting like a blade. The tiny screen glowed. The wordplay pulsed in blood red, beating like a dare. Gasps cascaded. Whispers turned to screams. Everyone knew, one press could ignite the room, kill reputations, end careers, or crown new kings. The hall froze. And every eye turned toward her finger hovering just above the button. The flash drive pulsed in the girl's hand, the wordplay glowing like a detonator. The crowd roared, split down the middle, half chanting, play it, and half screaming, don't. Every phone was up, red dots recording, millions of strangers about to witness. His chest hammered. His hands shook, slick with sweat. What if this is a trap? The thought stabbed him, but he shoved it down. He forced his voice to cut through the chaos, give it to me. Students gasped, he wasn't backing away, he was moving toward fire. Security lunged. He dodged, forcing his way down the steps. The billionaire's laugh echoed over the PA, low and mocking. Careful, boy, she teased, touch the wrong button and you might touch your own ruin. Her tone slid between scandal and seduction, and the hall fed on it. He reached the girl, her hands trembling. No, she whispered, if I press it, everything spills. For one heartbeat, silence. His own pulse louder than the chants. If this destroys me, so be it. He wrapped his hand over hers, and pushed. The projector flared. The hall gasped. Video filled the screen, a boardroom, polished marble, shadows of power. The billionaire in silk, sliding a folder across the table. Her voice, if this leaks, the grant dies. Burn every trace. Chaos detonated. Screams, curses, fists pumping. Fraud, someone yelled. She's finished. Security scrambled, yanking cords, trying to shut the feed. He lifted the mic, throat raw. Now you see what 5 million hides. But then, static. The screen fractured, pixels tearing. A new clip forced its way through, grainy, shaky, hidden. Not her. Him. The student. His own face, in a dingy room, whispering into a recorder. His blood froze. Cold sweat broke across his back. Gasps turned to fury. Liar, someone screamed. No, it's fake, another shouted. Phone swung, half filming him, half the billionaire. The hall tore itself apart, trust shattering, sides forming, chaos reigniting. And she? She barely blinked. While the crowd screamed, she lifted a glass of red wine from the lectern. Took a slow sip. Adjusted the strap of her dress. Calm. Untouchable. Watching him drown. The timer flashed again, 3 minutes. Each second bled like a drumbeat, price rising, no escape. Her smile sharpened, eyes locked on his panic. Tell them, she purred, what you confessed when no one was watching. The video froze on his own face, lips half open. Then across the screen, in blood-red letters, confession file, unlocked. The words confession file, unlocked glared on the screen. The hall erupted. Shouts clashed, students split in chaos. Fake, one cried. He's guilty, another screamed. Phones swayed like torches in a riot. His knees trembled. Cold sweat ran down his back. If they see what's in there. He clenched the mic, forcing air into his lungs. This isn't me, he shouted. It's staged. You all saw her deal. Half the crowd jeered, the other half demanded the file to play. Then, the projector flickered. A new figure appeared. Not him. Not her. A man in uniform, older, with eyes like steel. A name tag glinted, Inspector Hale. The room hushed, tension snapping. The billionaire's smile faltered for the first time. She straightened, setting the wine aside, her knuckles tightening on the podium. Gasps spread, people recognized him. Hale was no ordinary inspector. He was the government's watchdog, the one who had buried careers with a single report. The screen lit up with text, pending investigation, fraud, misuse of funds, witness tampering. The billionaire hissed, voice low but caught on every mic, that file was sealed. She turned on the student, eyes blazing. How did you? But she cut herself, biting the words back. Too late. The crowd had heard. He seized it. You wanted to bury this. His voice cracked but carried power. She tried to erase every witness. Even now, she's hiding what Hale found. The audience roared, a storm of rage and doubt, torn between two collapsing worlds. Security closed in, radios buzzing. One guard yelled, order to evacuate. But students blocked the aisles, refusing to move, chanting louder. His heart pounded. This is bigger than me. If Hale's name is here, someone else is pulling strings. And then, the screen glitched again. For a split second, an image appeared, not documents, but a blurred photo. A woman. Different from the billionaire. Dark hair, sharp eyes, standing beside him, the student. The caption flashed, witness protected, classified. The hall exploded once more. Who is she? Voices screamed. Is she real? His stomach dropped. He knew that face. Too well. She wasn't supposed to exist anymore. The timer on the screen blinked, 2 minutes. And beneath it, in fresh red letters, locating witness. The screen pulsed, locating witness. The hall went silent for the first time. Every phone froze mid-air. A million questions churned in their eyes. Who? Why? Connected to him? His chest heaved, sweat dripping down his neck. No. Not her. Not here. His fists tightened around the mic. He forced a shout, "Stop it. This isn't about me, it's about her crimes." The crowd wavered, torn, their chant fractured in half. The billionaire leaned forward, a predator scenting blood. "Oh, but it is about you," she said, smiling. Her voice wrapped around him like silk and steel. "Tell them, who is the woman you tried to erase?" Gasps rattled through the audience. His pulse thundered. His throat closed. He almost broke. Then, his hand shot to the console. He slammed the power switch. The screen blacked out. A wave of shock hit the hall. Students screamed, guards cursed. For one heartbeat, silence stretched. Then cheers erupted from one corner. He shut it down. A flicker of victory. Tiny, but his. But she only laughed, slow, cutting. "You think you won? Power isn't in the plug, boy. Power is in the system." She snapped her fingers. A bodyguard tossed her a sleek phone. Its screen lit instantly, streaming TO cloud backup. The hall gasped, a new wave of panic. His knees buckled. "I killed the feed, but not the truth." He raised the mic, voice hoarse. "Then ask her, why does she fear Inspector Hale's report?" For a second, the tide turned. Students shouted her down, chanting his words. Her smile cracked. She hissed into the mic, "Careful. Hale isn't your savior. He's your executioner." The crowd froze, whispers slicing the air. Executioner? His gut twisted. What does she mean? Then the blackout screen flickered to life again. Not video. Not documents. A live GPS feed. Red dot blinking. Coordinates scrolling. Caption, witness signal found. ETA, 90 seconds. The billionaire's smile returned, sharper than ever. She raised her glass again, sipping as if it were a toast. "Shall we watch her walk into the fire together?" The hall roared, half in horror, half in thrill. His hands shook, but he lifted the mic once more, shouting over the storm. "If they find her, everything ends." The timer on the screen bled red, 1 minute 30 seconds. And then, new words appeared beneath it, activate purge sequence, Y/N. The screen bled crimson, activate purge sequence, Y/N. The hall gasped as one, sound crashing like a wave. Phones lifted higher, desperate not to miss a single second. His stomach lurched. If they purge it, the witness vanishes. If I stop it, I expose myself. Hands trembling, he slammed the mic against the console. Sparks flew, but the message stayed. She smirked, unshaken, her dress shimmering like armor under the lights. "You can't smash code, boy. You have to outplay it." The timer ticked, 1 minute 20 seconds. Sweat poured into his eyes. His throat locked, but he forced words out. "Don't you see? If they erase her, we are next. Every one of you." A roar rose from students, anger igniting, some chanting with him, others booing. The crowd split in half, tearing itself apart. Then the betrayal struck. A hand seized his shoulder, one of the students who'd cheered him moments before. "You liar," the boy screamed, shoving him back. Fists flew. Phones dropped. The hall boiled into a riot. He staggered, knees hitting the floor. Pain shot through his ribs. Hands clawed at him, dragging, hitting, pulling the mic away. His vision blurred, but through the chaos, he saw her. The billionaire calmly sipping her wine, untouched, untouchable. I can't fall now. He forced himself up, blood on his lip. Stop fighting each other, he roared. She's the enemy. For a heartbeat, the chant shifted, voices turned against her, echoing his cry. Tiny victory. But fragile. The timer flashed, 1 minute. New text scrolled across the screen, purge protocol ready. Confirm identity. A box appeared, voice authorization required. The billionaire tilted her head, amused. They need my voice. Or, her eyes burned into him. Yours. Gasps. Confusion. Phones zoomed closer. Why him? Voices screamed. What's he hiding? She laughed. Because he isn't who you think he is. Ask him. His heart slammed against his ribs. His secret pressed at his throat. If I speak, I give them everything. If I stay silent, she kills her. The hall leaned in, breathless, waiting. The screen blinked, 30 seconds. He gripped the mic, voice shaking but steady. If my voice unlocks this, you'll hear the truth, but not the one she wants. He inhaled, ready to risk it all. And then, the console lit green, unprompted. Someone else's voice rang out, deep, cold, official. Authorization granted. Inspector Hale. Authorization granted. Inspector Hale. The words rolled like thunder across the hall. The console blinked green, unlocking rows of encrypted files. Every head turned, breath held. Hale, the ghost everyone feared, was suddenly real. The billionaire's smirk faltered. She gripped the podium tighter. This is impossible, she hissed. He was removed years ago. Her voice cracked just enough to stir the crowd. Shouts burst. Who is Hale? Why is his voice here? The student's chest heaved. Sweat poured down his temples, his vision spinning. Stay up. Don't drop now. He slammed the mic back on, voice rough. Hale investigated her. That's why she buried his work. The crowd roared, some siding with him, others calling lies. The console lit again, files streaming open, blurred documents, sealed transcripts. One fragment froze on screen, witness relocation, failure risk, high. Gasps echoed. Students whipped their phones higher. He swallowed hard. They're close to finding her. His hands shook, blood dripping from a cut on his palm. The billionaire's laugh cut sharp, brittle this time. You don't understand, she sneered. Hale's no savior. Hale was mine. Gasps. The words stabbed like knives through the chaos. Yours? He spat, forcing his body upright though his knees screamed. Her eyes glimmered, cruel and satisfied. He built the system. He built this. The console beeped, confirming her words. More files opened. Headlines blazed, Inspector Hale, Contracted Authority, Special Division. The hall broke into frenzy. She owns him. No, it's a setup. Every voice tore in different directions, chaos devouring reason. He staggered, gripping the podium, breath ragged. His mind screamed, if Hale is tied to her, then why help me? The timer bled again, 45 seconds. New text scrolled, Hale override engaged. Uploading secondary file. The billionaire's face blanched for the first time, lips trembling. No, she whispered. Not that file. The student pushed through his exhaustion, forcing strength into his words. Tell them, he shouted, what's in it? What file could make you afraid? The hall roared, demand shaking the walls. Her hand shot out, grabbing the mic. Her perfume choked him, her grip iron. "You want the truth?" she hissed, lips inches from his. "Then let them watch you die with it." The screen flickered, static, glitch, fragments of images. Faces blurred. A shadow of Hale. The silhouette of the witness. And then, just one sentence burned across the hall in red. "Inspector Hale, primary target, the student. Primary target, the student." The words burned on the screen, louder than any scream. The crowd erupted, shock ripping through the hall. "Target?" someone shouted. "He's part of this." His knees buckled. Heat drained from his body. Why me? Why Hale? His mind spun, lungs clawing for air. Hands seized him. Students he thought were allies dragged him down. "You lied to us," one yelled, punching his shoulder. "You brought this on us." He fought back weakly, but the swarm closed. A shoe slammed his ribs, a fist cut his lip. Every blow stole air, blurred vision, drowned hope. The billionaire stood above it all, smiling, untouched, her glass refilled. "Look at him," she purred. "The system doesn't chase nobodies. Ask yourself, what's he hiding?" The word spread like poison. Phones turned. The mob shifted focus, "He's guilty." Pain stabbed his chest. His breath wheezed. "I can't breathe. I can't fight them all." For the first time, despair clamped down like chains. He almost let go. Almost. Then, through the haze, a hand yanked him up. Not a guard. Not a student. The girl with the flash drive. Her eyes fierce, her grip stronger than her frame. "Get up," she hissed. "If you fall, she wins." A spark. Just enough. He staggered upright, body screaming. Blood dripped, shirt torn, but he raised his voice again. "This isn't about me, it's about the witness they're hunting." The hall wavered. The chant broke. Some froze, doubt creeping in. A tiny crack in the mob's rage. A sliver of hope, fragile as glass. The console beeped, 20 seconds. New text scrolled, sharp as a blade, witness signal locked. Location confirmed. Coordinates filled the screen. A map zoomed in. The hall gasped. The red dot wasn't far. The billionaire's smile widened into something monstrous. "She's close," she whispered, voice trembling with hunger. Then, louder, to the hall, "Bring her in." The doors at the back slammed open. And soldiers in black stepped inside. The doors thundered open. Soldiers in black stormed the hall, boots pounding, rifles gleaming under the lights. Students scattered, screams slicing the air. Phones shook violently as streams went viral in real time. The console pulsed red, witness location, active. ETA, 30 seconds. Every eye snapped to the screen. The red dot closed in like a predator. The billionaire raised her glass in mock celebration. "She's walking right into our hands." The student's chest burned. His body ached from blows, ribs raw. But his mind screamed louder, "If they get her, it's over." He gripped the mic, voice hoarse but alive. "You think she's yours? You think Hale built this for you? He built it because he feared you." Gasps. The crowd shuddered, torn between belief and doubt. The billionaire's eyes narrowed. Her mask cracked for half a breath. "Fear?" she spat. "No, boy. He built it because he was mine." But her tone shook, thin cracks breaking her steel. The soldiers advanced. One barked, "Clear the aisles." Students shoved back, refusing to move. Chaos ignited into brawls. The girl with the flash drive grabbed his sleeve. Choose, fight here, or run for her. His heart slammed. If I stay, I'm crushed. If I run, I gamble everything. The console beeped, 15 seconds. A new line of text scrolled across, confirming witness identity. The student's pulse exploded. His gut twisted, they're about to name her. Every breath in the hall froze. He made his choice. Snatching the flash drive from the girl's hand, he bolted toward the side doors. Students screamed his name. Guards lunged, grabbing at his shirt, tearing cloth from his back. He shoved through, body screaming with pain, but his will burning hotter. The billionaire's voice cut after him, amplified through the hall. Run all you like, boy. You can't hide what she is. Her laugh followed, echoing like a curse. He crashed into the side corridor, blood pounding in his ears. Lights flickered. Sirens wailed. The screen in the hall still visible behind him. The final seconds bled away, 5, 4, 3. And then, before the doors slammed shut, the hall erupted in a single scream. The screen had spoken, witness identified. A name flashed, searing his eyes even from the corridor. It was hers. The woman he thought was gone forever. The name burned across the screen. Gasps shattered the hall like glass. Students screamed, guards froze, phones shook in trembling hands. The witness. The woman he thought was dead. His legs buckled. He staggered into the corridor wall, breath ragged. No, it can't be her. She was gone. She was. But the name glared like a curse, undeniable, irreversible. Behind him the hall roared. Who is she? Voices shrieked. What's their connection? The billionaire's laugh cut above it all, cruel and triumphant. Finally, the ghost returns. And look how he breaks for her. He stumbled forward, torn shirt clinging with sweat. Every step heavier, ribs stabbing with each breath. Yet he forced himself on. If she's alive, if they find her first. The thought clawed his brain. The thought of losing her again. Then, the sound. Boots hammering the corridor. Soldiers flooding behind him. Stop him, one barked. Target confirmed. The barrel of a rifle cracked against his shoulder, spinning him to the ground. Pain lit every nerve. Blood filled his mouth. His vision swam, edges blackening. This is it. This is where I break. He clenched the flash drive in his fist. Tiny. Fragile. But his only weapon. Not yet, he rasped. Not like this. He jammed the drive into a wall console. Sparks spat. The screen flickered, encrypted files bursting open. Images cascaded, contracts, recordings, secret accounts. And one line of text that froze even the soldiers, Operation Inheritance. The billionaire's voice thundered over the PA, cut the feed. Don't let him near it. But too late. The file header glowed across every screen. Gasps rippled. Inheritance? Questions cracked the chaos wide open. He dragged himself upright, back pressed to the wall. What is it? He roared to the hall. What does she inherit if the witness dies? The students screamed, demanding answers, their fury rising again. Her mask slipped, eyes flashing with something raw, fear. The corridor lights cut out. Darkness swallowed him. A single emergency light flickered red. From its glow he saw a figure, silhouette of a woman. Familiar. Impossible. Alive. His throat locked. His heart nearly tore itself apart. She stepped forward, eyes burning into his. The witness. The woman from the files. And before he could speak, the building shook with an explosion. The console sparked. The timer returned, bleeding crimson across every wall. Purge initiated. 60 seconds. Purge initiated. 60 seconds. The red timer bled across every wall. Sirens wailed. Students screamed. The building shook, the air thick with panic and smoke. He staggered forward, ribs screaming, but his eyes locked on her, the witness. Alive. Breathing. Real. You, he gasped. I thought you were gone. Her hand trembled, but her voice cut sharp. You left me behind. The word stabbed deeper than any blow. His chest clenched, guilt flooding. She was the secret. She was the reason. And the billionaire's voice thundered over the PA. Yes. She was his. She is mine now. And in 40 seconds, she will be erased forever. The witness's eyes burned. It's not me they want to erase, it's the truth. She held up a small device, identical to the flash drive. This is Hale's failsafe. He knew she'd try this. He built a back door. His pulse spiked. Hale, he wasn't her servant. He was playing both sides. The billionaire screamed through the speakers, fury ripping her mask away. He built nothing without me. Don't you see? Everything you touch is mine. 30 seconds. The hall erupted, students blocking guards, chanting louder, phones streaming worldwide. The world was watching, and the truth was seconds away. He grabbed the mic, voice raw, broken, but alive. She says everything is hers. Power, money, lies. But look, she fears one thing, exposure. He turned to the witness. Do it. Her fingers flew across the device. The screens flickered, glitching, fighting against the purge. Contracts. Secret accounts. Hale's investigation files. Every crime, every theft, every silenced name pouring out. The billionaire shrieked, storming into the hall now, no longer untouchable. Her glass shattered in her hand, wine spilling like blood. You think this saves you? They'll tear you apart once they know who you really are. He faced her, body battered, vision dim. Maybe. But at least they'll be free from you. 10 seconds. The purge timer collided with the upload bar. Red versus green. The crowd screamed. Soldiers hesitated, frozen between orders and history. The witness pressed the final key. Upload complete. The timer froze. The sirens died. The screens lit bright, broadcasting truth worldwide. Silence. Then, thunder. The hall erupted in cheers, screams of victory. Students surged forward, ripping weapons from soldiers, flooding him with cries of support. The billionaire stumbled, her empire crumbling live before millions. He dropped the mic. His knees gave out. But arms caught him, hers. The witness. Tears streaked her face, but her smile cut through the chaos. You didn't abandon me. You gave me a chance to fight. The billionaire was dragged away, screaming into a sea of hands. The students roared, chants shaking the walls, truth. 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 The air cracked with freedom, raw and unstoppable. He stood, trembling but alive. The witness beside him. The crowd behind him. And for the first time, the weight lifted. The system built to bury them had become the weapon that saved them. Not just a victory. A revolution. He raised her hand high. And with it, the hall erupted again, louder, brighter, endless.